what's up everybody? As you can see, I'm in the studio right now. Today I got a really cool review for you guys. It's a 4.2 millimeter stroke, a super fast charging tattoo machine. Rumors say that if you charge it for 5 minutes, it'll last you for about an extra hour of tattooing. So that is really fast charging for a tattoo machine. It's about the smallest wireless tattoo machine that I have come across in all the reviews that I've done. Of course, I'm talking about the Mast Archer S. It's the newest Archer that recently came out by Mast, and we're gonna unbox it, talk about it, and test it a little bit. So stay tuned. So right here we have the box. It has this little sleeve that has another box, and when you open it up, you will find a user manual, some foam, a box inside the box that contains your wall plug and your charger Type-C cable. Now the plug is very important because this will be a very fast charging plug, so you definitely need this one for the fast charging. The machine, and you can see it looks super small, and my first thought when I looked at it is that this thing looks exactly like the Minion. I don't know what his name is, it's like Bob or something like that, the one with the one goggle. I think it looks pretty good, but it's super small. You can see it's almost like palm sized. Has a 4.2 millimeter stroke. Here you can do your grip adjustments to set your needle depth. Right up the top is the power on button that will turn it on, and then right here on the side is your voltage up and voltage down. And then when you short press the power button, it starts to run. It goes all the way up to 12 volts, which doesn't sound very pleasant, to be honest. It goes as low as 5 volts, which is pretty slow. Will get you good stippling and things like that. So yeah, I'm pretty amazed by the size this is. Like size wise, it kind of reminds me of the Ambition Thorpe, which is also very small, except that one isn't wireless, and this one has a built-in, I think it's a 1500 or 1550 mAh battery, and it's super fast charging. It comes with the wall plug, which will basically give you like a charge for 5 minutes, so when you have like a little break, like a bathroom break, smoke break, whatever you take, and if your battery is running low, you can just charge it for as little as 5 minutes, and it'll last you, like the battery will last you another hour. So that's something that's very convenient, especially because this thing doesn't come with a spare battery and you cannot take off the battery. Now a down part on that would be that normally very fast charging is not very good for the battery life. I think it's also been tested, so I'm not sure if it is actually good for the battery to use the super fast charging all the time, but it's nice to have that option. Like if your battery is about to die and you just need to get through that tattoo, you can just charge it super fast for 10 minutes and it'll last you a long time, if it will give you like an hour for 5 minutes. So yeah, not something I would use on a regular on this machine, but it's something that's very nice for certain circumstances. Now of course this machine has a 4.2 millimeter stroke. The other Archer that I reviewed had a 3.5 millimeter stroke, so this one is definitely a lot more powerful, a lot better for line work and things like that. So of course we're gonna test it and see how she runs. So I drew out a small little design just for testing this. I'm gonna use 14 round shader. Since it's a large stroke machine, I just want to see how it does with a very big needle. Then I've got a 5 round liner and a 9 magnum that we're gonna use for some of the color packing in the leaves or something like that. We'll figure it out. We're gonna start with the 14 round shader because I just really want to find out how it's gonna do with a large needle. I did use it for some tattooing yesterday, but I used it with a fairly small needle, so I know it can do that. But I want to see how it does with a large needle. Here we go. I need a little bit more voltage because it does have the power, but the lines don't seem fully saturated. So I'm now at 7 volts. Alright, so as you can see, it has very little trouble putting in big lines like a 14 round shader. Actually goes in pretty smooth. Now let's quickly grab the 5. I'm just gonna make a couple of small lines inside the flower. Perfect. It works just as nice as it does with a big liner. I do recommend to lower your voltage down a little bit when you use a smaller liner because it is a very powerful machine. You definitely not want to go too fast. Just take your time with it. I'm gonna slow down the machine to about 5 volts. See how it does with dot work, like pepper shading. I'll add a little bit in flour. And maybe we'll do some magnum shading. I'm just giving it a really light pepper shade because I don't want to put in too much because it's already pretty heavy with the line work. It looks very nice. So I don't want to shade this thing too much. at 5 volts, by the way. This one we're gonna just pack black. I'm gonna leave a little highlight. Very nice rich black. And I'm just sticking the needles out just a little bit. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. They're not out far at all. And this machine just hammers it in there. So when you use this on real skin, definitely be careful, because this thing has a lot of power. We're gonna do a little bit of shading in there to finish off the design. Do some simple whip shading. This thing is very nice, also with very long whips. This thing is incredible. I like it. I think it also has to do that this is a direct drive and a 4+ millimeter stroke. It just has a lot of power, and it's very cool for these kind of designs. But we're quickly gonna go back up top and talk about this machine just for a little bit more. That was a review of the Mast Archer S. It's an absolutely powerful and very incredible machine, and like I said, not only it reminds me of a Minion, but it also reminds me of how the Ambition Thorpe would work. So if you want to see a comparison maybe between this one and the Ambition Thorpe, I'd be willing to do it, but just let me know in the comments. Also, there are minor things that maybe I don't like as much about this machine. Is actually one thing. I didn't have that problem with the Magnum I was using today, but yesterday I was using a different Magnum, and it's very easy to max out on your grip adjustments. Like, it comes off after a couple of turns, and what basically happened is that my Magnum was hanging out a little bit more than what I actually like it to be. So yeah, be aware of that. Like, with some of the needles, they need a little bit of more adjustment in that grip, so you might have to work with a longer needle or something like that. Now, the ink flow is amazing because it's a longer stroke, so it wasn't really a problem. It's just a personal preference that when I pack color, I prefer to use the work from the tip of my cartridge rather than from the tip of the needle. All in all, this is a very powerful, very strong machine. I hope I got to show what this machine can actually do, and I hope you didn't hear too many background noises, because it gets a little bit busy out here on the market that's outside of the shop actually. So I hope you didn't have too much noise going around. I do have a discount code for you guys, and I will link that in the description down below, as well as the link to the product of this machine, so you can have a look at it, order it with a 10% discount if you wish, and have a see for yourself. And other than that, I don't have a whole lot to say. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.